So let's start. Hi, guys. Yeah, we see already there are some visitors here. So we are happy to see everybody here, actually. Our friends, we already saw the registration list. We know that some our colleagues from Russia are also here. Thank you so much for coming. First, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Elena, and I'm the head of marketing and export in INTILED.
And I'm Liana Vinogradova. I'm head of lighting design department.
Yeah, sorry, we are making the final adjustments.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are not as all normal people sitting in front of the PC, but we are sitting in front of a huge, the screen, and the camera is near us. That's why we, will change the position of our heads always.
Yeah.
So
if you have questions, I think that
it is better to ask immediately. So we will stop and we will answer. It is better because now we had, some type of rehearsal and we understood that we are not in timing at all. That's why it will be better to answer. Not to leave questions till the end, because we might not have time for this.
Or forget.
Or forget, as all women. So yeah, after introduction, let us say a couple of words about our company. Actually, I know that many of you are already working with us, our dealers, friends that we want to see so much because we had no opportunity to do this for many, many months. But yeah, my introduction will be very short. So I will try to say just the main words about us. So yeah, we are a manufacturer located in St. Petersburg, Russia. And now we are in St. Petersburg with Uliana in our headquarters. Yeah, and you see in Russia it is pretty cold, so we are very well dressed according to the weather. So we are actually, the scope of our work is mainly facade lighting, media facades, of course. And as soon as we targeting media facades, we, of course, are making our own control software and hardware. So this is our scope of work shortly. So as I told you, again, the head office and manufacturer is located in St. Petersburg. And what is our approach? Mainly, we believe in human-centric lighting systems, not in the facade-centric lighting systems. So that means that when we start working on a project, we're always asking ourselves, what is the purpose of this building? What is the purpose of this lighting system? What purposes we need to achieve? And the lighting system should help the building to achieve these main goals. We are not thinking just about what lighting fixture I need to put on this, column. So we are thinking much more
complex approach.
Complex approach. Yes. Thank you so much. Also, we make interactive lighting systems that communicate with the user, because it's a trend and it is a must now for the modern manufacturer. Of course, we manufacture luminaires for extreme climate conditions because we are located in Russia. So our products can be used as in, Siberia, where there is -50, as well as in, Saudi Arabia, where it can be easily +55, +60. So how to say, we believe that our luminaires makes the harsh environment much more friendlier for the user and for the people that live there. Of course, we treat the small projects like small private villas, or huge projects like huge sports grounds for FIFA or for Olympic Games with the same level of accuracy and absolutely with the same level of high responsible approach. And we care about everything actually when we are developing the solution. But most of all, as an outdoor manufacturer, we care about IP and about high quality of light. This is the main, from our point of view, these are two main factors for architectural lighting. So extremely briefly, we are a small, flexible manufacturer with the highest expertise in its field. So that is very briefly. We exist more than 10 years, and for Russia, it's a very big period of time. You can compare it with, 50 or 70 years for European manufacturers, because the lighting market in Russia is also pretty young. Today, we will try to make an overview of our products. But we will not tell you everything in details. But we will go briefly, speak briefly about our model range. And I think it will be interesting, first of all, for the companies that wants to work with us, for the new employees of the companies that already work with us, maybe to get acquainted with us, yeah? For all the people that wants now to get acquainted with any new manufacturer, of course, it will be a good chance. For some of you who just knew that we are Russian manufacturer and wants to understand whether Russian manufacturer can do something good and what, how to say, how can we differ from European manufacturers, from Chinese manufacturers? Of course, there are many differences. And of course, for all of you that just wants to kill time, that are totally bored, you know, that just do not want to miss anything connected with the lighting. So I think our webinar will be interesting for these people. Let us start from R&D, actually. Again, a couple of words.
Okay.
No,
okay.
It is too
Sorry,
early, Juliana. So here you can see our building. The whole building. On the first floor, we have manufacture, and second floor, and this building with 3 floors. It is office and, you know, engineer headquarters. So the great advantage of INTILED is that all key departments are located in one building. We are working here together. It is very important. Why? Because, for instance, during R&D process, Uliana will tell about this process in details a couple of minutes later. It is very important for engineers to interact actively with designers, with the commercial guys, with the manufacturer, and they need to be located nearby. It is a very huge plus from the development point of view. It allows us to develop fixtures fastly, so within 1 year. Previously, the development process took us 5 years, and it was a disaster, actually. So we were extremely slow for the market. Now we cannot afford this approach. We need to be much more faster. So our R&D department consists of 20 or maybe 21 engineers. So these are the people of different nationalities, I wanted to tell, no, specializations, engineers, designers, lighting control specialists, and CAD specialists, etc., etc. Some of them are 50, 60 years old, so they are, you know, implementing the old-fashioned GOST standards. I hope you know that in USSR we had a GOST standard that was recognized in the whole world as a very, very high-quality standard, actually. So some of GOST approaches we still use, thanks to these guys. And some part of our R&D, these are the very young people, 25, maybe 30 years old, and they are implementing, you know, advanced new ideas, advanced technologies to be used in INTILED. So we have such a good, you know, balance in our R&D. Shortly, about approach, I will tell later, as far as I remember. Yes. Yeah. So now Uliana will tell you about R&D process more in details.
So we start making new luminaires from the research. Research about it is based on your request for lighting, for luminaires. And also it is based on a technical task, which we make by ourselves with the marketing director and so on. So we do only what we need to do. Firstly, we draw some sketches to understand the purpose of the lighting fixture. So
the idea.
The idea, yes.
Actually, a couple of days ago, I had a webinar about lighting design in our company, and I was speaking about how Uliana hires the new people into our design department. That it is a must to draw from hand. from hand or by hand.
By hand, yeah.
Yeah, because
Sketches
in our
by
company,
hand.
sketches, it is very important. Whether we are speaking about developing new product or making a new project, sharing ideas, etc., etc.
Because it's the quickest way of communication. So after that, we give the scope of work to the technical department. They do some technical inquiry, some drawings. Then we make some prototype. And on this stage, I have to say that we are making a lot of researches about light emission, color mixing, light spot shape, non-glare luminaires, and so on. So on this stage, we make all these researches. We take the luminaire and check the compatibility, optic of the optics and LEDs in order to get the good light shape. So then we make, after this, we make the advanced model and pilot testing of it. Then we make some engineering documentation. And it provides us to pre-production lot. So we make this lot with the several types, not several, but with all types of optics to check this out, with all accessories and so on, to pass the certification, to make IAS files and so on. We make all the documentation, and then we get the serialized product.
Yeah, so I will come back a little bit back.
Okay.
So it is very important to understand that at the beginning of the process, our engineers, they work very closely in a close contact with designers, with lighting designers, our own, of course, with industrial designers, and also with the commercial head of the company, because we need to make not only good from technical point of view luminaire, but also the luminaire that we will be able to sell, of course. Yeah. So commercially, it should also be balanced. And at the end, starting from advanced model, engineers work closely in very close contact with the manufacturer, because at this stage we start working out the manufacture process. Actually, we understand what additional equipment we need to buy, what additional things, we need to change at our manufacturer, or maybe to make an additional plot in order to make the product as fast as we need. So as many fixtures per day as we need. So that is the main logic. What is very important, that we have some types of technical requirements that are basic for all our products. And engineers starting, we can even not point all these things in the technical task for them, because it is a must. It is already, included without any words into any technical task from our side. So what are the requirements that are 100% common for all our products? I just want to tell about this shortly now, in order later not to repeat the same things about each line of the products. So first of all, we start developing just when we understand for what exactly do we need this product, and what exactly purposes, what exactly tasks it should solve. That is the main thing, from which we understand the optic, from which we understand accessories, etc., etc. So this physical part goes from the purposes, actually. Of course, the perfect quality of light. And from our point of view as a manufacturer, again, perfect quality of light means not only the really good quality of light without any artifacts, without any light burns, very even, very beautiful, with good color temperature, I don't know, macadams, etc., etc. It also means the purposes again. So the lighting effect should correspond with the purposes that the luminaire solves. That's what we call the perfect quality of light, when there is a combination. IP66 or higher. Previously, we developed fixtures with IP65. Now we think that it is not enough. Frankly speaking, it is mostly marketing option. One manufacturer started to make IP66, second started as a basic version, third started, and then other ones decided that they also need IP66 because IP65 already looks not so good. So that's why now we have, for all new fixtures, we have IP66 or higher as a must. Temperature range. Again, as I told you, our fixtures are installed in Siberia. They can be installed in Egypt. That's why we need to have a very wide temperature range from -45 to +55 and humidity up to 100%. It's a must. Certifications, of course, from the very beginning of development process, all our engineers need to understand that fixture, when it will be finished, should pass the certificates. In other case, we will repeat different processes many times. So what we consider to be, again, a must, it's EAC, it's a Russia and Customs Union certification, CE, the basic tests, and the QCC, it's an Abu Dhabi certification. Now we consider it as one of the basics. Long lifespan, of course, because our experience with high-rise buildings showed us that we, as a manufacturer, are highly interested in the long lifespan of a product. The longer, the better. Yeah. Because in other case, the service is extremely expensive, extremely uncomfortable, etc., etc. So we also, as a manufacturer, are not interested in this. That's why, from the very beginning, we think about lifespan like 100,000 hours and more. And of course, our luminaires can be mixed in the project with the luminaires of other manufacturers. That's why, as a basic, we always use a standard modern control protocols, DMX, ArtNet, RDM, and PWM, of course, and DALI sometimes. And of course, we have our own protocols where it is needed. So where in the projects where we need to how to say, to save our solution, to make a very beautiful solution from one manufacturer, we can easily use our own protocols, ILCS, 3W we have. So that is as an option. That is all blah, blah, blah. Let us switch to the overview of the products. Again, I will just tell that overview will be short. We will speak about application of each series of products. We will speak about lighting effect, of course, as one of the main interesting things. Distinctive features of each product, examples how the product works in a standard application, and we will show you the examples of non-standard application. So we will not speak in details about wattages and, lumen output, all these things. All this you can see at our website. Please do not forget to use this instrument. Actually, on the main page of our website, you can download.
Very suitable.
Yeah.
Very.
Immediately, you can download ES files, catalog, CAD drawings, what else? Something else?
3D files.
3D files,
yes.
yeah, for modeling. So everything is there. Please use it. Don't be shy. So let's start.
So we start with the most common, most frequently used type of lighting. It is wall grazing lighting. And according to our analysis, the most useful frequently used are linear luminaires. So here we can introduce our new line. It is completely new, I have to say, because we have our old version of this luminaire. It is INTILED, and this is line. And as to application example, as I said, we firstly we think about where we can use this lighting fixture. So we can use it in the accent lighting. You can see here some examples of accent lighting, and these are sketches by hand. So we can use narrow optics for lighting up pylons, columns, and so on. And sometimes we have to light up window openings. Here we can use elliptical optics. And if we want to make wall grazing light, wall washing light. Some people say in this way, some people say that way. We can use elliptical optics, asymmetrical optics for these fixtures. If we want to show the texture of wall, or we want to enlight all the wall, high wall, I have to say, from 3 up to 8 meters or something like this. If we have, and the third type of lighting, it's contour lighting. You can see the example here. It is cornice, so we can use here wide optics. And if we want to outline all the building, we can use also we can use asymmetrical optics, we can use elliptical optics, we can use wide optics according to our will, according to our idea, according to our vision. And you know, I see some questions here, and I think that we can just look at them.
I suppose it's not a relevant question. What about the light and building factors? What about the thank you so much, guys, for the questions. Let me ask the, actually, that's just one person who asked 2 questions. The question about light and building, I do not understand it, actually. What do you want to know? Light and building factors, what is it? What is it? Or maybe I understood this L and B not correctly. Please explain. About LED chips and drivers. We use just Niche and Cree at the moment. Niche is the best solution for the white LEDs. And with Niche, we have a direct contract with the Japanese manufacturer, because Niche have manufacturers in China, and also they have many, many fakes, actually. We have a direct contract with the Japanese manufacturer, and also we have additional contract according to which Niche chooses for us white LEDs in a very narrow beam, inside of 2 beams, actually. So this is a standard option for INTILED luminaires, that everywhere it will be a narrow beam. Of course, it's more expensive. Of course, it is longer, but you know, we care about the quality of light. That's why we do it. And Cree, at the moment, they are best in color LEDs from our point of view. Also, Niche we use for hi, Mason. Niche we also use for the multi-chip LEDs. And plus now we are researching about Osram. Maybe we will use them for some types of products. So generally.
Yes, I think that the new line will replace the Inti line later, but now you can use Inti line as well, because line is monochrome solution. And if you want some RGBV or RGB versions, it is old line. It still exists. It's still actual. It's still lights very good. The quality of light is on the top, so you can use it. But the
appearance,
yeah.
As I told you previously, yes, Inti line, it's a product from USSR times. From the if you look at it. So
you
that's
can kill with Inti line.
Yes, so we need to replace it. But actually, at the very end, we will speak about our plans for this year, R&D plans, and we will also say that there will be a new version of new line in color, so in dynamic.
So time for question is now has come to an end. Next questions will be in 5 minutes or 10, or I don't know, maybe. About optics. As I said, we have a lot of a scope of optics we use, and in this new line, we tested some new optics, and I'll describe why, and a short overview about the optics. 9 per 10 narrow asymmetric optics. It is very good, have diffuse stages and lights high, very high. Medium elliptical optics, it's also asymmetric. When you see the letter A inside, it means that it's asymmetrical optics. So this one, 10 per 30, is asymmetrical, and it allows us to make some wall grazing light, some wall washing light, and it do not provide the color burn. It is very important for us. So the next one is 30 degrees. It's when it is used when you want to light up some medium height surface, and when you want to light up something horizontal on the top. So if you light the wall and something on the top.
True.
Yeah. And also we have two types of elliptical optics. It's medium elliptical optic, 15 per 50, and 35 per 105 is wide elliptical optics. And I will show you the difference. You can use it for lighting up window openings, big window openings. You can use it for lighting up even glass facades. And so we have here three types of wide optics. And I will explain you why, because we did this on purpose, because if we have a lot of luminaires that are already in the projects, that are that are included in the projects, and you know, it is a long time. It take a long time to implement the project. So a lot of согласований, a lot of
coordinations. Yeah, it is very hard
coordination.
to change.
Yeah.
Something that is already
so
put into the documentation.
Yes,
I think you understand this.
And in order not to in order to help our dealers and people who sell our luminaires, we left these optics. But in fact, you don't need this all one's optics. You don't. You need probably 65 and 125. You probably don't need 85. But still, it is there because think about all these huge amount of projects that are already have these optics.
Let us look at the questions.
A lot of questions. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. About LB, value indicate the real lifetime at a certain hours.
Мы очень расстроены, что они приехали на Light and
Building. We were thinking just about Light and Building.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, at 50,000 hours. Actually, we point the same at our website, and L80B10. Let us, I can answer you later via email, okay? Because this is, you know, such a specific information that I can share with you by email. Not because I cannot share with you now, I just don't know now. So usually we are pointing that the minimum lifespan is 50,000 hours. So, but it is a very simplified version, I understand this. And in details, I will write you later. No more new questions.
Okay, great. And let's continue. Thank you. Firstly, when we started to think about the narrow optic for line, we compared optic 9 per 10 asymmetrical and 10 degrees, but we have to put the diffuser on the 10-degree optic because we have some artificial light in the low level near the luminous surface. So when we were comparing the lighting effect, you can see on this picture that 10 degrees works not very good because if we want to light up the high surface, we have to distribute light, especially this way. We have to put less light on in the bottom and more light on the upside. Top. Yeah. So that's why we choose 9 per 10. And here you can see the pictures. You see on the ceiling there are a lot of light from A per 10. Here is the comparison of A 9 per 10 and 10 per 30. So you can see the difference in the lighting effect. Now the narrow beam makes more higher lighting effect, and 10 per 30, it makes more diffused, yes, light, but still it is on the wall. So for you to understand, the height of the wall is about 3 meters. So 3.
It was just the picture was made here in this room, so
room.
that's why we're checking.
And if we compare 30 and 10 per 30, we can see, you must not look at the wall, you must look at the ceiling. You see the luminous flux is here. It is not distributing here on the ceiling far. So all the light is concentrated on the wall. And if you use 30 degrees, it's more diffused and it spreads on the ceiling mostly. But all the photos, all the pictures there depends on the settings of your
device. So you understand that pictures, they do not show the real effect, but
in comparison, you can just catch this. And if we are just taking a picture of one picture with the elliptical optics, it looks like this, so like third picture. To compare the white flood the optics with the white opening, so here is 3 pictures, 65, 85, and 125. But do not look at the lighting spot. Please look at the ceiling. Near the 65, you can see on the ceiling some light. Yes. When 85, when you look at the picture with the 85 optics, you can see that there is less light than on 65, and there is no light at all at the 125 picture. So because its purpose is not to light for such a height, its purpose to light up 1-2 meters maximum. So it's just this use. It's from Dialux, picture from Dialux. And
a couple of words, a couple of words about
does A stand for asymmetric optics? Asymmetric. I answered, yes.
Of course. Yeah. I think we have professionals here that work in field of lighting, so understand what is asymmetric. If not, please write, we'll explain more detailed. Are you planning to produce recessed light fittings? Especially we need wall washer, but in recessed. Some recessed options will be later. We will speak about them. And if you are talking about recessed linear lights, we already have one in our model range. The flexible one can be recessed, and the linear one also can be recessed. But the linear one we are now redeveloping because it's very expensive. That's all I can say. A little bit more details later in the presentation. So actually we have more than 3 meters here. Definitely. I have 3 meters in my room, in my apartment. Okay, sorry. So speaking about line, the new series, so what is interesting about it? Actually, it is tiny. So we managed to make a high power fixture tiny. It has power supply inside. We use TCI power supply here, and the dimensions of the line is something around 4.8 centimeters per 4.8. So it is really small fixture with the power supply on board. That is the first option. As I told you earlier, it has standard IP rating IP66 and vent valve in order to avoid any moisture inside of the luminaire whatsoever. So even if you have, I don't know, heavy rain and after it heavy sun, there will be no moisture inside. Sometimes this happens
And we can paint them into
with
well colors.
airtight, fixtures. About mounting. So this is a fixture that is totally installation friendly. First of all, it has a bracket system with node lock, so you will fix it once and it will never readjust, ever. And also you have adjustment scale, so you are able to make a fast adjustment, not only of one fixture, but also to make the absolutely identical adjustment on all fixtures at the facade. Oh my God, more questions? 10, 8, 10.
Oh, 10, 10.
First 10 number indicates. So we need to clarify about asymmetric, because we have this question. Uliana will clarify.
Okay.
You will? You can draw sketch.
I can draw a sketch, yes. You can just say, and I'll draw a sketch.
So the question is, what A means in the name of the optics? So we have, I don't know, 10A30. What is 10 and what is 30? And what is A? So while Uliana is drawing, I will continue about line, okay? I will finish. And when Uliana will be ready, she will show us her sketch. So what else? The lengths of line, we tried to make it some uniform lengths. So the minimum length is 300 millimeters. The maximum is 1.5 meters. And between we have 600, 900, and 1.2 meters. So, you know, this is the pretty standard approach when most European manufacturers have 300 millimeters step. And we decided to unify the length in the same manner, because the previous INTILED was much more complicated from this point of view. So we think it will be more convenient. Are you ready, Liana?
Top view, watch us top.
But I think it will be not very well seen.
Really?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Huh? This is like, do you see it?
Please repeat in words.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Asymmetric lighting means that, firstly, we have elliptical optics. So it spreads in one axis up to 10 degrees and in another up to 30. And asymmetrical, it means that the light distribution so a little bit bend, not bend, of course, but the light distribution built in such a way that less light spreads in the lower zone, and in the high zone we push a lot of light, so we can reach равномерность,
even lighting.
We can get the even lighting of the facade.
We can try, maybe we need to try to paint here, or it will be not this lower, this one. It will be,
okay,
it will be.
So we can draw it here. Okay. Well, that's what I mean. It is the wall. It's not very.
No, it's
not
okay,
very good to draw. It's luminaire.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it lights like this.
Yeah.
Less light here and more light here up to the top. So there is no light pollution area in this space. So we concentrate all the light flux in the area of the facades. It's easy, but not so easy, because
please write us in comments whether you understood, whether you catch the point or not. We need to delete it.
Yeah, we need to delete it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So about application.
Okay, great. It's my turn to speak. So it is big, huge. Do you understand? Oh yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
They got it. it's a huge sport facility, VTB Arena. It is situated in Moscow, and it was needed to light up the perimeter of the building because it is seen from the hills, from the Vorobyovy Gory, from the hills, and it is one of the main objects
Actually,
in this
the
area,
roof,
yes.
yeah, the roof here also can be considered as the part of the facade because most of the people see the roof.
Yeah, some people see the roof because one of the point of view is up very. Just a second. Here is one more example. It is Water Academy. Lighting fixtures with the wide optics are mounted here on the cornice. You can see that there is no light burn in this area, and also some lighting fixtures, linear lighting fixtures, are mounted here in this way, so you can even see them. It is they have elliptical optics, 10x50, and that's it. We have a very nice picture of building, and its structure is really seen. And one of my favorites, it is project of Horoshevskaya Gymnasium. It's like a high school of education, and it is lightened with the wall washing light, so you can see the light fixtures here on the top of the building. It is also elliptical optics, 15x15, so you can use, but you can use here frequently asymmetrical optics, 10x30. Our new optics that I really enjoy, and I recommend it to everyone because there is no glare from this optics. You do not, you cannot use even some accessories or shields or something like this, because if you just come to the luminaire on the distance of 1 meter, you won't be glared. So it's really, it is really good optics. That's how asymmetric works. And here is another project. It is a project of White Mosque in Bulgar. We used here a lot of types of optics because it is really a funny project. We made them 3 days. 3 days took us to make this project because they were in really hurry.
We just received the call,
yes,
and our partner told us, guys, in 3 days, we will have an official event in our city. That the head of the city will come. We need to install everything, to make lighting project concept.
Yeah.
Choose the pickup products, manufacture, and install everything.
So I just made it on a knee, some sketches, by some sketches, and we use here in lines, not standard way, because they are working like functional lighting, like contre-jour lighting. Yeah. So it worked really nice. So what you can see, the whole picture of this project are really nice. It is really nice, and we use here, for example, wide optics here, some narrow here, some elliptical optics here, no optics at all. So wide scope of optics. What do we have on the store? One of the interesting projects is Tribeca apartment. It is a residential building, and we have here we have such a task not to light inside the building, and we used here customized optics for the luminaires that are 60 centimeters length. We used here elliptical optics 10x100, and it allows us to enlight all the window openings, but they are really in diagonal structure, organized in diagonal structure, and it makes some pattern, yes, on the facade. So it looks really nice and cozy.
Let us, before the IntiSlim, check the
Check the
comments. Yeah,
questions,
sorry,
okay.
we need to open the comments in a separate window. That's why it takes some time.
What?
Mm,
You know, it will be better if I write you directly into the mail, because not that way. Not 10 degrees asymmetric and 10 degrees horizontal. It's okay, it's opening in 2 axes.
Some questions are really very, how to say, narrow technical questions. So we are keeping it and writing it down, and we will answer it separately, because it has no sense to waste our time now. Really? This one and this one? Okay, Uliana tells me it's okay. Uliana, you're welcome.
Okay, but we will answer you in mail. They are simple questions, but that's what in university studies. So.
Okay. Okay, let us continue then.
What are the standards to be considered while designing facade?
Can you answer this
question?
Yes,
of course.
Because actually, I think, I think standards in Russia, some standards can differ from the standards of other countries.
Yes.
We can say about Russia now. Uliana can say about Russia.
We have, of course, standards. Свод нормы правил.
It is impossible to
it's
translate
impossible to translate as per.
It's a name of documents that
it's name of
has,
document.
It's
some sort of rules, and according to this, to them, we have to make our lighting project. And there are some regulations for flood lighting, for the luminance of facade, and they are really differ from something that used in other world or in. You know, the standards are different in Europe and in America, and they are really sometimes.
So actually, this is the question, not.
It's the question of place,
you
know, because if we make some project in, for example, Dubai, we are oriented on their standards. If we are making some project in Russia, we are oriented in our documents. So it's not needed to explain, so I think.
Okay, let's proceed, because
a lot of work to be done. The next one is not very powerful linear fixture IntiSlim. It is an old one, and now we are making renovation of it. You can use it for lighting up some not very high but long architectural elements, because it can be connected in one line, so it is very suitable to light up, for example, cornices or friezes or something like this, some niches, some not very high pylons, and so on. As I said, we are now renovating it because we are not really
satisfied
with the optics of 17 and 38 degrees, but this one 18 up per 45. It is elliptical optics. We use it almost in every project, but we need here more optics. We need wide elliptical optics, and it will be in our new slim. Yes, and we need also wide round symmetric optics. Yes, of course. Now it is not here, but still.
Yeah, what about, I'm as a marketing person, I'm trying to, you know, advertise each fixture. So speaking about IntiSlim, what is interesting about it? I'm just always trying to tell, how to say, if I was a listener, what could be interesting for me. So it is a low voltage fixture, so power supply is outside. You can connect up to 20 slims to one power supply, and for some projects it is convenient. Later, we will show a couple of examples where it was really a must and it was convenient. So it is pretty small. It is tiny in dimensions and tiny in weight. As far as I remember, something around the smallest one, the smallest slim of length 30 centimeters is 200 grams, around 200 grams. So it is absolutely obvious that when you place this luminaire at the facade, you do not see the luminaire. You see just the light itself.
Right, in effect, yeah.
Speaking about IP, it is IP67, so it is a little bit higher than the standard IP66.
Then it's needed.
Then it's needed. Yeah, no, actually, really, this fixture usually placed, not usually, very often placed under some roofs. So it is not needed IP67,
Yeah.
but at the opposite way, it can be placed somewhere up and where is high humidity. So that's why we need to make it with a higher IP. So all inner components of the fixture are totally airtight. They are sealed. That's why, for instance, you can see on the picture, where is mouse? Yeah. Here we have a hole. So the housing itself, it is not IP at all. But the inner components all are with a high IP rating. So these are the main interesting features.
And speaking about
application.
Some application, yeah, we can show you an example of the church. You can see it is contour lighting or simply wall grazing lighting, not very long. And you see that you cannot see the fixtures at all. Do you see light? Do you see light in pictures?
Somewhere it is we can see it, but
somewhere we can see, but mostly you see they are not seen. Not. So it is a very cozy, nice project. You have to watch.
Yeah, I just see that there are many questions, so please give us 1 second to. Thanks, very good. Thank you. Many thanks. Okay, so we have some feedbacks here that IntiSlim is very good. Thank you so much. And the new one will be much better.
Due to new optics, yeah.
This question, do you understand? The maximum number that can be connected to single run? Okay, it is a very good question. Usually, when we work on project together, we do not allow, and we are, how to say, of course we cannot refuse, cannot tell you do not do this, but we are not happy when the dealer makes the control, trying to make a control system by himself, because we are able, and we have a separate department that is in charge of designing control systems for each project. We are able to help you with this. So if you are working on some project, you can inform us that you are working on it, so that, for instance, you use IntiSlim in such a way, and we will help you with the control system, because sometimes it depends. It depends on the distance between the luminaires. It depends on many, many factors. For instance, do you use 10 luminaires, each is 1 meter length, or you use 30, each one is 30 centimeters. It is a difference. So we need to understand the details in order to help you to calculate. We can give you the common rules, you know, but they will not help you with the project. So better to interact with us, to take us to, how to say, to use our resources to make the design of control systems. It is the perfect combination.
It's it's really pleasure to see such a feedback from Amar about Slim. Thank you.
So we again have the question about LEED certification. What guidelines do you follow? We will answer this question about LEED certification a little later when we will speak about Lahta. It is one of our projects. We will speak very shortly. But Uliana will tell about LEED. If it's interesting, we will open this issue in details.
So let's continue. Of course, this lighting fixture is so small that you can use it even inside the building. despite its IP, here you can see the luminaires are installed on the cornice. And you can also use dimmer if it is too much light for you. You can use dimmer and dim them down up to a level you need. So now we are going to the next type of lighting. It's flood lighting. And the most commonly used lighting fixture for this purpose is Interstark. It is our one of the main projectors, one of the main luminaires, and the lighting effect. Okay, here we can see the application. You know, it is really not very new lighting fixture. So, but it is really used in huge amount of projects
because it's versatile. Yeah.
And so when we were making it, we do not even took pictures, and when they are made, they're just like flying to the projects. We don't even have time to take a picture. So
yeah, actually facade lighting, it's a segment where we how to say it is a project segment. Yeah, it's a project R&Ds and project sales actually. So yeah, with Interstark there is such a situation that many versions of it, they were made for some projects, for some specific projects, and then they started to be you know, sell into other projects and use there.
And about the optics, I will show you better on the examples, and we try to unify the range of optics. So commonly it is narrow beam, medium beam, wide beam, asymmetrical optic, medium elliptical asymmetrical optics, and and elliptical optics. So for sure, yes. So we have a lot of variations.
Yeah, so here you can see actually these are not all the versions of Interstark, but some examples of versions. So we have several versions of housing. It can be the, you know, the left one is just the standard version, the middle one it's the double version, and the right one it's a double and double version. It is called Interstark Big Block, and it's
double.
Yeah, it's, I don't remember, it's something around 400 watts. So it is very powerful. And it has a special arm that can adjust these two parts separately. And plus, except if we're not speaking about housing anymore, we have different placement of LEDs. You can see that we have the smaller amount of LEDs, the bigger and bigger, so different density and different quantity of LEDs. So this is truly highly versatile fixture. What can be also interesting about Interstark? Oops, sorry. We have here, Interstark can be white, it can be monochrome, it can be RGB, it can be RGBW, it can be RGBWW. So we have here up to 5 channels. Each channel can be, of course, controlled separately. And if we are speaking about big block, it's the most powerful version. We can have different LED models on the upper part and the lower part. For instance, if we need to divide the facade on 2 levels with coloring, for instance. And here we can see this versatile arm with several degrees of freedom. Yeah, it is very convenient to adjust the fixture on site. We can turn back to the question because I see that. Spotlights. Okay, the question is, I'm sorry, I'm not reading the questions. So we are asked about whether we will do something for indoor, like normal downlights and spotlights. Yes, we will. And our first try, and I think I can tell it here, will be for some types of projects. I will not say for which types. So yes, we will make an indoor line of products. It will be a small downlights. It will be small accent spotlights, it will be positioned as a line for a special project, but actually you will be able to use it everywhere. So yes, we have this in plans. We planned to introduce this line at Light and Building 2020, but you know, everybody, and Interlight, it's a Moscow exhibition, also was cancelled this year. It was not cancelled, okay, it was moved to the next year, but for us as a manufacturer, that means the same, it was cancelled. So I think we will be able to introduce it online, of course, and next Frankfurt exhibition, unfortunately, just in 2 years.
And the last question is, not last, does the floodlights come with the barn doors? If you need this, we can make it, but the standard, I think that it's only a shield.
Yeah, we have, in a standard accessories, we have a shield, but you need to remember again, we are project manufacturer. We can do customization
whatever you
as
want
crazy
for
people.
your money, yeah.
Yes, we will do customization of accessories. We will do the mounting arms, what you need for the project. We will paint the fixture in any RAL color. We will combine in one fixture the, I don't know, green and yellow LEDs, depending on the project. And next projects, we will show you some examples. So, we are highly versatile from this point of view. Landscape.
You can use frequently our luminaires for landscape, and we will show you some examples. Okay, I think we can
move.
Go.
Yeah,
move. Yeah,
let's move.
So here is an example. It is a hotel. Here we use not very powerful Starks for the columns. Here you can see the effect, lighting effect. It is also some sort of twin twin application. It's not very common, but still you can do this. Here is Stark with the narrow optics, and here is Stark with the wide optics 60 degrees. So
these, I suppose, it's a minimum version, so 30 watts or 28 watts, something like this.
Maybe,
yeah.
Because we have another product for up to and down lighting, but it's not very powerful for this building because it is really high. And another
Samara. Yeah, sorry. It is not Gazprom Transgaz Samara, of course.
It's Gazprom. It's stadium in St. Petersburg, one of the most famous for its building process, budget, and so on. And we use here several types of Starks for the front flood lighting from the poles. They are situated here. You can see them. We used luminaires with the 30 degrees optics, so it is medium. And it was really hard to make
it was very hard to make even effect
on the facade. And another types of optics were used to light up the pylons because they are really high. They are 40 meters high. So we used there 2 types of optics: 10 degrees to light up lower area of the pylon, and customized 7-degree optics to light up the top of the pylon. And they are really burning. They are looking good. And another interesting solution, it is water palace. The material of the facade is glass, is painted glass, and it is very reflective. It was very hard to find a good solution because we have harsh conditions to mount our luminaires. Mounting poles are here. You can see them, not this one, but this. They are on the distance 15 meters from the facade, and between the poles they are at 25 meters. So you see, it was very, very hard to make good decision. We used here 80 degrees optics, and in order to make the lighting effect even, we moved out red channel. So we have here customized solution. We have here LEDs white, green, and blue in order to save the, in order not to waste the power
If we don't need red on the project, we will remove it.
It was very dirty on the facade. We make modeling, and it was very dirty with the red channel. So we just moved it away. And here you can see the example of the landscape lighting. People wanted to, our customer wanted to make a tail here. So we
fairy tale,
yeah. We installed luminaires on such poles, not very high, but the light goes not like just up, it goes across the ice skating field. It goes across the ice skating field and pushes light directly to the tree, and it is not like, you know, it's not like a contre-jour lighting. It's like flood lighting, and it was very difficult for me to write down a scenery, because the lighting fixture is here in the program, but the light from it is here, and the light must go through the around the skating field. So it was really nice. And the most good thing is that I talked to people that are living nearby, and they really like it, because they are going to walk and to watch on the trees.
No, actually, off the park, it's really a place of attraction, and this lighting effect we managed to achieve very accurate effect, not, you know, boom boom beaming the hell, but it makes a very cozy atmosphere, and the appropriate atmosphere of place of attraction. So.
Yeah, Lena got the idea.
Let us check the questions, please.
Okay,
because I see the new one.
Okay.
The warranty is 5 years. And that's all. No, actually, the standard warranty is 5 years, especially if we manage to make the supervision of installation, then no problems with 5 years at all. We will give it. For some projects, we can give you bigger warranties, but it should be discussed.
Okay, next one, it's middle power projector for flood lighting. It's our new one. It is very beautiful, standing on a rock. So about application, here you can see some sketches. As I said, it's a new one. So we made a lot of prep process while we were making it. So here are some sketches of application. You can use it for fluorescent lighting of some architectural details, of pylons, of niches, of columns, and so on. You can use it for flood lighting directly, but not very big facilities. For some small, cozy buildings, you can use it also for landscape lighting, and also you can use it for flood lighting, for flood wall grazing lighting, because we have here special types of optics that are suitable for this type of lighting. And of course, you can do the functional lighting of the first floors. It's really suitable for this.
Sometimes it is needed also.
It is needed, yeah.
To combine architectural lighting and the functional lighting, yes, of the first, of the ground level and the territory near it.
Yeah. And about the optics, we have a wide range of optics here, and we have even additional optic for this fixture. So let's start. We have narrow optic. It is 10 degrees, narrow, circular, symmetric. It can be used with the internal honeycomb louver. So we have circular symmetric medium optics. It's 30 degrees. You can also use it with the internal honeycomb louver, and of course with the outer louver for taking away the glare when you are mounting it on a pole for flood lighting. Yes, and then we have 65 degrees wide circular symmetric optics. Here we use diffuser glass, not optionally, but it is always there for
For you.
for you, yeah,
It is always
to
there
shine
for
for you. And also we have asymmetric, middle oval asymmetric optics. It has, as I already said, you can use it in your projects because the edges of light spot is very diffused, so diffused edges, and the color mixing is really nice. And the most interesting that you won't be glared with this optics, as I already said, but I will say it one more time. And elliptical optic, and for the optic 10/30 asymmetrical, you do not need to use honeycomb blower, shield, or something like this. You don't need it. Just fixture and with its optics. The next one is elliptical optics, 10/50. It's medium oval optics. And we have wide optics also, wide elliptical optics 35/105. And very wide circular symmetric with diffuser glass optics, 85 degrees. So you can see all these pictures were took by when we were just testing on the stage of the prototype. So we have some accessories for this. We have shield and outer louver, but they are outer louver, they are used only for optics 10 and 30 degrees. If you will use it for wider optics, there will be some artificial light. It won't be really nice on the facade, so don't use it. And about distinctive features, Elena will tell you.
What can I say? I just adore this product, actually. Everything is balanced there. It is pretty small and it have a good wattage and lumen output, actually. It is also very smart from the control point of view. So array, it's one of the fixtures in our model range that can be controlled with a full RDM technology. That means that the product will give you the full feedback about its state, temperature, etc., etc. And again, it is pretty installation friendly. It has the same node lock system, the same adjusting scale, the same special, small issues for mounting the additional accessories for easy mounting. Even, for instance, if you will install the luminaires on the facade, the system will be working and you will decide that you need a shield or any other additional accessories. We will be able to send it to you separately and you will be able to mount it easily, to adjust it, to mount it to the fixture without any additional, removing or lighting from the facade, etc., etc. So adding accessories is an easy procedure here.
And it can also be monochrome and RGB version.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and up to the project, it's Young Spectators Theater. You can see we use here lumen arrays with the optics, asymmetrical optics, 10/30 degrees. Here you can see it. And here we have only one project just, and because it is a really new product, so
yeah,
we are waiting. We are waiting.
Usually, projects they last, from 1 year to 3, 5 years. It can be even, and then when the project is finished, it is very hard to find to receive the the photo. Yeah, so. Let us check the questions, please, Juliana.
Okay.
Fast.
Just a second.
No, there no questions.
Perfect. No question. So the next one is recessed in ground luminaire, Integround. So we are speaking about flood lighting. So Integround can be used for flood lighting of the surface or some elements. Here you can see it is a monument to some air force or some airplane. So we can introduce you some wide range of optics. It is as to our uniform to our standard range of optics. According to it is narrow, middle, and wide. So new optics is 10 asymmetrical, middle 10 per 30. And the picture was took not so long ago, and it differs a little bit, but it's still, but it's really nice. And our ground can be used with such an optics that are introduced here, and it can also be monocolor, and also it can be RGB and RGBV version. And
distinctive features. What we have here, one of the main actually issues when working with in-ground lighting fixtures is mounting process, of course. And usually the smaller is the embedding depth, the easier is to mount the product actually. So here we have extremely small embedding depth for such a huge lighting fixture. It's just 136 millimeters. Also, we have here a special placement of LEDs, and actually it is not only here, but also in Interstarks and in arrays, in all fixtures where we have many LEDs, I think, I don't know, 10 and more. We have a special placement, hexagonal placement, and a special pattern of placing the color LEDs, because when we have the color changing mode, we need to have a good color mixing independently on the color. Each color, we need to have a good color mixing. And it is a must to place LEDs inside of the luminaire on the PCB correctly, in a correct order. And also what we have here, it's a built-in adjustment mechanism up to 15 degrees. So you can easily adjust the luminaire on site before you will close the glass and before you will close the frame in order to achieve the even lighting effect on all luminaires, for instance, if you use several ones. In order to target
it is made on a plant. It is made here on a fabric. Yeah, it must be made.
Better to make it here, but actually it can be made on site. Better to make it here. Yeah, Uliana told my secret.
Because we are working with such projects, and we usually say just up to 5 degrees, and it's really, it must be done on the stage of the project. I insist. And here is some example. Here you can see ground built in near the column, near the pylon. Because of its height, we use here optics, narrow optics, 10 degrees. You can see the uniform lighting effect here. And another example is landscape lighting, as we
had a request about request.
For landscape lighting, you can use narrow optics, wide optics, wherever you want, wherever you would like to, because landscape lighting is much more differs from the facade lighting, because the green fixtures, they are not stable, they are growing. So you have to think about it and put it in mind that what will be in maybe 2 years, because your tree can grow up, and so you have to think предварительно как-то, заранее.
Beforehand, yeah,
Beforehand,
about
yes.
what will happen in the next couple of years.
Here we used medium optics. And about we come to the essence lighting. No, we have not questions. Everyone maybe is tired.
Everybody left the chat.
Yeah. Here is our new small lighting fixture fluorescent lighting, cube. It is really small and cozy, and it is made for lighting up such architectural elements like small columns, vases, pylons, details, busts, and so on. So here you can see some sketches that what we have done beforehand, and here you can see, as in our all new fixtures, you can see the lighting pictures of lighting effect. We have the same range of optics, 10 degrees, it's narrow, 10 per 30, 15 per 50, 10 per 30, it's asymmetrical, 15 per 50, it's just elliptical, 30, 65, 85 degrees. Of course, almost everywhere, in every optics, we use diffuser glass because it is very small. It is very hard to make diffuse lighting effect without any diffuser. So for lighting fixture, for small lighting fixture, is very hard. It's very hard. Only in 10 per 30 asymmetric, we do not use diffuser. And about the distinctive features.
Very fast, actually.
Yeah.
So we already spoke about installation friendly, about node block, and about adjustment scale. Everything is clear here. So in Cube, the same situation. We already spoke about RDM, that the luminaire gives the full feedback about its state. So the same with the Cube. And what is interesting also is that this luminaire can be low voltage and high voltage. So if it is needed, we can put power supply inside. If it's not needed, we can put it outside and connect, I don't remember how much, 30 as far as I remember. So depending, of course, on the power supply and again on the project, on the distance between the luminaires, etc. There are many factors. And of course, depending on the cable, because some people, they forget about the cable, that they should use the right one of the right size, because in other case, we will have voltage drops and other problems. So depending on the project, we can offer you the high voltage and low voltage solution for this small fixture.
And it can be also monochrome and RGB version.
For sure.
Version. And then we're going to some special effects. It is our projector, not special, but still, it is our projector for with the special optics for для выделения.
For showing.
For showing, yes, yeah. Space between windows. It's better to show on the example because you see the effect is really nice. And if you want to show up something that is far away, some dome or some cross or some monument, you can just use beam and you will definitely show it outline.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a fixture with a 5-degree light beam.
And it is the main feature.
Yeah. So just 5 degrees. So Inti-beam, it's a fixture with 5 degree and no other options. Because 5-degree optics, it's a huge one. It's like this. That's why you cannot make a flexible, fixture in one housing where you have 5-degree optics and I don't know, 10
degrees,
even 10 degree. Yeah. So narrow optics, it's a special types of optics. That's why we decided to make a separate line for this. So the main features of this product, I'm just trying to be fast because we have no time. It's this narrow 5-degree beam, and also the range, the protection range IP66. Also, all inner components are totally sealed, and they are IP66. And the housing itself, as you can see on the picture, it is not airtight at all. It has no IP, the housing, but we made it with intent, because we do not need IP housing here at all. So that are the...
And it can be monochrome only. So it may be, can be white or blue or amber or something like this. And here is a very good example. It's a hotel in Dubai. You see, we needed here light that must be only on the space between windows, we do not need light in windows inside the building, because it's a hotel. You know, we have to need, we need to feel ourselves comfortable there, and that's why we used here 5 degrees optics. So you can count how many floors.
Yeah, we have one beam on the top and one on the bottom.
On the bottom.
And, yeah,
there are a lot of story building, so it looks like really fine. And then
let's move
one.
to
Special effect in between, it lights up upward and downward. So
let us move through IntiTwin very fast, because actually it's just
lighting effect. You can see that we can make lighting fixtures. We can make. Let's see.
It doesn't matter if you started. Then please say.
It can be monochrome or it can be RGB. The version optics is 15 degrees, 30, 4 degrees, and 45 degrees. 45, 20 per 40, and 80 degrees. It also can be different. You can also use different colors of luminous from the up and from the bottom, as you see in the picture. So it is one of the advantages. And
so, as Uliana already told, it is a wide variety of possible effects, so different combinations of optics on the bottom part and on the top part, different combinations of colors. You can adjust LED models on the top, on the bottom, in order to achieve the needed lighting effect on the wall, as shown on the picture. And it is also IP66 with airtight models on the top, on the bottom, and the housing itself is it's not IP protected.
And here is an example. You see, we divide the pylon on 2 parts by using this fixture, but the fixture is so small and the lighting effect is huge. You can see it on the picture. From the big distance, the effect is really nice. You can use it near the entrances or on some space between windows and so on. Everywhere, almost everywhere. And be careful, please, not to use them horizontally when the height is under 10 meters. Use it only on big height, because in such use you can just glare at people.
In any case, it will be a blinding effect for the people who are,
it's not very good,
near the building.
And closing up small fixtures, we introduce you in the spot. It is not really new fixture, but we are now working on a new spot. We have 3 types of optics: 16, 24, and 40 optic. 40 degrees. They are all circular symmetric. And as to distinctive features.
Yeah, I'm here. So speaking about interesting features. First of all, this tiny guy is IP67. So it has a very high protection rating. This is achieved not first of all thanks to group optics, but thanks to group optics also. So here we have a group lens, highly UV resistant and highly resistant from any mechanical damages. So it provides us a very high IP rating, actually. And also one of the interesting features of this fixture is extremely compact dimensions. So it is totally invisible on the facade. It is just 60 millimeters height and 100 millimeters diameter. So you can use it, for instance, on the lower levels of the building, even near the viewer, even, I don't know, on the places of the facade that are very well seen. So it will be not visible at all because it's tiny. And plus, interesting moment that spots can be in several versions. It can be recessed. And also recessed, it can be on the string or without string. And it can be surface mounted. So it is also versatile. So for instance, this version can be used for the entrance zones. So it is usually and very widespread used for the entrance zones. Okay. Let's move next.
That's a video. This video is a good example how we can connect our luminaires to the control system. It is overpass from one tower to another. You can see it depends on them.
Sensors.
Sensors, yes.
Actually, the authors of this project are very talented guys from Yekaterinburg.
And they are working through
designers.
The bus. Yeah, it's really nice.
And they are also actors in this video. And really, this solution was a winner of many international awards. So we are very honored that they decided to use our products in this project.
And it also allows them to save the energy.
Of course.
Of course, yeah. Of course. Next one is a small project of bridge near St. Petersburg. You can see lighting fixtures are installed on the
metal parts of the construction, the vertical. Yes, let's say like this.
And they are only blue here due to our Russian flag. It's blue part, you know, of the flag. And here is shopping mall. It is also video. You can watch it. The size of the fixture allows us to install it into the lamella and to save the budget, because here you can see the some pattern that is working, some diagonal pattern, and it is making some lighting effect, and it attracts attention, but it is it is not expensive.
It is reasonable.
Yeah, it is reasonable definitely. Price. Yeah.
And also we use here just the fixtures of 2 colors of lighting. Yes, because the client wanted to outline the branding. No. I mean the scenario.
Just a scenario.
I mean,
the
scenario.
Yes. Yeah. In scenario, I used it. I wrote the scenario to this.
The fixtures itself, they are RGBW. So in this tiny
here you can see it is how it is installed. It's really nice that you do not see the lighting fixture, you just see the effect. And speaking about accent lighting, of course, we have to have a smaller version of ground recessed luminaire. It's anti-ground medium, and we can use the number of optics is commonly used as like in other luminaires. So 10 degrees, 30 degrees, 10 per 30 is asymmetrical, of course, and 10 to 50, 60 degrees and 80 degrees. It's common optics for almost all the lighting fixtures, our lighting fixtures. And about the distinctive features.
What is interesting? I already told about the small embedding depth of the big Integround. Actually, here we have the same situation. That's Integround MIDI. They can be mounted even in a small stairs, or even in the rooftop, actually, because they have a very small mounting embedding depth of 112 millimeters. It is written. So just easy for mounting fixtures. And also, again, with the in-ground luminaires, sometimes this aluminum frame can become not very nice in appearance, especially if our partner or client do not want to pay for another one frame from another type of aluminum, more, how to say, resistant. Yeah. So in this case, the aluminum frame can be bought separately and can be quickly replaced without any, professional help from our manufacturer's side. Some new questions. Yeah. And
yes, of
comes
course.
with stainless steel.
Yes, comes with the stainless steel.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm sure.
Actually, the detailed information about materials is on our website. So it is described in details which part of the luminaire made from which material. But again, as far as we are customized manufacturer, for instance, for the warm regions, for Dubai, for UAE, for Saudi Arabia, we can make the tropical version of the fixture that will have a special steel of this frame that will be highly resistant, and it will not change its appearance after years and years. So this is also possible.
So next one. Here is the example of application of this luminaires. It is sort of marking lighting. You can see it here. And also the luminaires are installed on the sides of the column to make this lighting effect, to make the round column round. It is really nice. It's really nice. And the next project is really good because it is one of the oldest buildings in Moscow, in Russia. And it was decided to build another building around it to preserve, to save this building, old building. We made external lighting for it because it was used like external. But it's building of an opera, and now it is like back wall of the opera. And we used here such small luminaires because we do not need here very powerful grounds. We just used these small ones. So that's it. And we are coming to lighting effects. Yeah, sure. This is our new luminaire Edge. It is used.
Not already new.
Not already
Time
new.
is just passing very fast.
Yeah.
The Edge is 3 years old or something like this. I think, I suppose, yes. So it's not new, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It is supposed to light out the window openings or maybe window racks to make this razor effect, razor light effect. You see the edges of the light spot is very sharp. So it's like really a razor.
It's not Photoshop, actually. It's
not
real
Photoshop,
pictures,
it's real
inside
pictures.
of the windows.
Yeah. Optics is toroidal optic, 3 per 180, but actually it is really much more bigger because if it will be 180, the light starts here, but the light starts here, so it is a little bit wider. It's like 360, but okay, who cares? About
speaking about what is interesting in our Edge. First, we have there a concealed adjustment mechanism. You can adjust the fixture on site, plus minus 3 degrees. It is needed because, it's real life. We have some differences between the project documentation and the windows on site sometimes, and we need to adjust the luminaires accordingly. So it is possible to do this. With edges, we have really, as Uliana already told, we have a very sharp very well seen, very visible lighting effect. Just the light line, straight light line. That's why when how to say, the edges are adjusted in a different way, you will see the difference in the windows. You will see this readjustment. That's why they needed to be adjusted as precise as possible. And we try to help to the people on site with this task. We have different versions of cable output, again, depending on the purposes on site, on the way of mounting. It can be bottom, from the bottom or on site. And speaking about the quality of lights, additionally to the optics and to the light beam itself, we can say that we have here very clean colors, not depending on the color
Mixed
that we have
colors,
now.
Mixed
Yeah,
colors,
so the mixing of the colors is very good. Uliana will show on the further examples. And also we have a very pure white color. In a standard version we have 4000K, but we can make another temperatures actually. So for a white we have a separate color channel. So white color is pretty pure.
And of course it can be monochrome, so, and you can use a temperature not 5000 degrees Kelvin degrees, but 3 or 5, up to you. It's not Luckily Center, but still it's a mock-up on one of our projects. So you can see that here they are installed. The height of the window rack is 4,022
meters.
Oh, no, 4.2 meters. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. In meters it is easier.
And the length is 2.6 meters. So it's really huge. And you can see the light effect because we concentrated the lighting flood in such a narrow area. And it's really, it is really hard to get the perfect color mixing on the mixed colors, such as magenta, cyan, yellow, and so on.
And here we promised to speak about lead. You remember?
Yeah. And the lead requirements were for this luminaires only 8.
This building is LEED Platinum, has a LEED Platinum standard, so the highest one. That's why we needed, it was a must to follow all LEED requirements. Yeah,
we have to be like LEED Platinum. And for one lighting fixture, like edge, it was only 8 watts. And if you adjust color or switch on all the colors, it will be the same consumption.
Power consumption.
Power consumption. It will be 8 watts. And speaking about the system of integration of
BMU.
BMU, yeah.
Except of edges, you can also see the vertical lines on the facade.
The vertical line, 6
also our
watts
system
per meter. It was due to the LEED standard, it was 6 watts per meter. So it is really not very high.
Yeah, so did I understood you correct that here we had 2 major requirements, LEED requirements?
Yes.
0 light inside of the building, inside of the outside of the window frame, 0 light because it's office and it was a must. Yes. And the second one, it's
consumption,
maximum power consumption. Yes. So it should be stable and not whatsoever, not bigger than 8 watts per one fixture.
And going to another modification of but it's really a new product. It is for a smaller H Mini. Its name is H Mini. It is for smaller window openings. You can see, like on a sketch, if you have small window opening, you have more lighting effect, and so on. If you have more window opening, you have weaker lighting effect. According to your windows, you can just check it. Take IS files and just look how will it be. But if we are speaking about the lighting effect, it's not like a razor, it's more diffused. We have here toroidal optics also, but it is 8 to per 180. And here you see, this is 180. We have no light here, and we have diffuse light on the side walls. The width of the window opening is about 1.5 meters. So the lighting effect is very diffusing. Yeah, questions.
So, yeah. Sorry, we will just look at the question because it is about interground media that we passed already. Can be made available in special bronze or copper finish on request. Actually, speaking about interground media, what exactly you want to color? Because you know, except
this
of the
bronze.
frame, yeah, actually this frame, it cannot be colored because it's a special type of metal and of metal processing. But how all manufacturers do and how we can do, there are a special how to say, additional plates on the top of this frame that are colored in a needed color. So yes, it can be made with another finish, of course. Speaking about the interesting features of Edge Mini, you know, what can I say as a salesperson, as a marketing person? For me, the main advantage of Edge Mini is that it's a very simple and a very reasonable in price solution when you want, you know, to make a beautiful lighting and interesting lighting effect. Because how to say, it is not visible at all. You do not need to mount anything at the facade.
Tiny.
It is
really
tiny. You cannot see it from the outside. You almost cannot see it from the inside, and there will be no how to say, inconveniences from the practical point of view. So for me, it's just, you know, a perfect fixture. If I could, if I was a lighting designer, I would use it in all projects. But speaking seriously, of course, it's a white beam of good quality of white color, is all our white color. So it will be a white light in a narrow beam. So it is appropriate for wide window openings, yes, as Oliana already told. And here, it is very important in the Edge Mini. It is a very new fixture. That's why here we have LEDs of the latest generation. So they have the highest precision calibration and even better maybe quality of white light. And also it is very flexible from the point of view of mounting and adjusting, because first of all, it is dimmable. So you can dim the lighting effect on site. And also it has the built-in adjustment mechanism. So the same as with Edge, you can adjust the luminaire on site. So this is...
And it's only monochrome.
Shortly. This is only monochrome. Yes, all that you can do is dim it, because we decided that such small and simple fixture should be small and simple and reasonable in price.
So almost last one, yeah, contour lighting. So we introduced to you here lace. It's a tiny linear fixture. It's flexible. It's flexible in vertical. It can be vertical flexible and horizontal flexible. And in this example, it's a visualization, of course. It shows us that we can apply all the types of laces into one project. So you can see here white, RGB, multi-chip, luminous, and flex that are bent in different ways. So about distinctive features.
Distinctive features. First of all, again, as Oliana told, we have the widest variety of these fixtures. from the point of view of color of diffuser. It can be transparent, it can be white, it can be frost, it can be of any color actually. From the point of view of color of housing, also, you understand, if we have transparent housing, this is one lighting effect. If we had non-transparent housing, we have other one lighting effect, because all lighting is distributed just in one direction, not in all four. And also we have many accessories for mounting laces in on any facade, on any type of any facade actually, or surface. Of course, as usual for INTILED, very high quality of lights, ultimate uniformity. So it doesn't matter what type of lace you are taking into your hands, you will never see any dots or any uneven effects. All the lighting effects will be even. The length of the product, the maximum can be 14 meter, but we are working on making it higher actually. So the other point that the longer is the fixture, the harder is to work with it on site, but it's another, it's already another theme. Actually, yeah. So what can we do to achieve a stable voltage throughout the fixture and to avoid voltage drops? We have the double copper coating of LED board actually that allows us to transfer the, in English, the current without voltage drops. That's easily. Also, what is very important to mention, it's bending radius. For the small versions of slim, bending radius is just 8 centimeters. It's, how to say, a very small radius. And we achieve a very high durability by using, again, in laces, just top materials are used. That's, let me speak from my heart. So, for instance, we use Captain materials. So the manufacturer of this material is DuPont. It is the top material, actually. And we use it during the manufacturing of LED boards. And that's why we achieve the highest durability of the whole LED strip, actually. And I think there will be questions about this, how to say, resin, rubber, or something like this. I think if you work with such types of products, you understand that there are such light lines that use silicone. We don't use silicone, it's another technology. We use rubber, resin, or we can call it in any way. I know how to call it correctly in Russian, but in English, I doubt. So this resin, the manufacturer of it is Peters, and it has just unique technical characteristics actually. And with the technology that we manufacture these laces, where we have housing, inside of it we have the LED strip, and LED strip is this housing with LED strip. It is filled totally without any blank spaces, without any misses with the rubber. So with this technology, we achieve IP68, not only IP68 protection class, but also we achieve protection from UV radiation, from salt, from humidity, chlorinated water. So you can use laces inside of the pools, for instance, swimming pools, yes, or other aggressive in other aggressive places.
Environment, yeah.
Environment, yeah. And also, very important, sorry, Uliana, the last thing, that this technology and the material itself, Peters, it allows to maintain a very low temperature of the fixture itself. You can hold it in your arms. It will be pretty cold when it's working. And that's why, as a result, we receive a long lifespan of the fixture, because we do not have overheat or something like this. Please.
Great. It was a good
presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And here you can see the example. We can underline some architectural elements with our laces. Here are arcs and some columns and some architectural elements that are not translated into the English. So you can see how it works. It's really nice. It's really nice, diffuse lighting, and make some contours of the architecture. And speaking about the last type of lighting, it's media facade. And speaking about it, I can introduce to you INTITube. It's not a new luminaire, but it is really a good one. You can see here is the lighting effect, and you can divide tube up to you can divide tube into some pixels. So one tube can be 1 pixel, one tube can be 2 pixels. So it means that if I'm talking about 1 meter tube, so it can be 2 pixels per tube, so 20 LEDs, 20 LEDs. It can be 4 pixels per tube, 10 pixels per tube, 8 pixels per tube, 5, 2, and 1 pixel per tube. So, and 14. I forgot in which side I was going to. 1 pixel, 2, 4, 5 pixels per tube, 8, 10, 20, and 40 pixels per tube. Yeah, thank you for listening, for listening counting. And when you are making a project, you must understand how many pixels in tube you have to put there, because from different distance you will see the different effect. If your INTITube will be 1 pixel per tube, so the lighting effect must be installed very high or something like this to watch the proper effect. Or if you want to make a media facade from them, you have to make 40 pixels per tube. That's the main idea of my speech here.
No, actually, what I'm telling next is that tubes, the tube, it is made from a very, how to say, good quality polycarbonate. So it's a polycarbonate tube, you understand. Our supplier for the tubes is G+. It's an Italian guys. We love them. We work with them many, many years. So the quality of polycarbonate is really adorable. It's UV resistant, etc., etc. It doesn't become yellow. So and you understand the logic. The polycarbonate tube, it can be cut actually, not on site at our manufacturer, but I mean that the step is just 10 centimeters as far as I remember. So you can get tube from 30 centimeters to 1 meter and 30 centimeters with a 10 centimeter step. It's a huge variety of lengths. So for instance, it allows us to create a zigzag lines on different projects. And plus we have fully transparent end caps. That's why we have, you know, very lighting effect from all parts of the fixture, because the end caps are also transparent. So here it is written 250 degrees beam angle. Yes, actually it is limited just by arms and just by cables, the lighting effect. And also what Uliana mentioned, the multi-chip LEDs. That means that each pixel is controllable actually, but you need to understand, do you need this on the project?
Yes.
Because very rarely we need to control each pixel. Usually when you have a huge media facades, it is not seen that you control each pixel, but the control system will be huge. You will have many boxes, you will have many dynamic spaces, you'll have very expensive control system. It is not needed. That's why, again, if you want to make something with INTITubes, if you want to make something with media facades, it is better to cooperate with manufacturer. I think it's not only up to INTILED, it's about any manufacturer who work with dynamic lighting, yes, because they will advise how to make the control appropriate in order not to spend too much money unneeded.
And 5 pixels per 1 tube is commonly used.
One tube, you mean 1 meter tube?
1 meter tube, yeah.
Okay,
1 meter tube,
because it can be of
pixel,
different, so 5 pixels per meter, it is normal pixelization.
Middle, so to say. most frequently used. So here we have some examples. Light graphics and contour lighting. It's a sport palace. You see, we have to just underline the shape of the building.
We need to go a little faster because
yeah,
just 5 minutes.
I tried.
Yeah, thank you.
And here we have shopping mall. It is the river flowing through the shopping mall. So you can see, and the most interesting idea, the most interesting solution is here. The tubes are installed on this lamella, and they
Show
are
the next photo. I'm sorry,
covered,
because it is, yeah.
yes, and they are covered with the shield, and we can show it how it works in dynamic. It is much more interesting. You see, we have some diffused lighting from tubes, but we not see the light source, so it is really nice. There is no light pollution at all, and you also can see the effect, but it is a little bit blurred, so it's really nice. Next one. Okay. So here we see point, INTI point, luminaire direct view point luminaire, and we can see how we can see the light even on the black surface. There is light even on a black surface. It is 180 degrees, so it can be RGB or mono color.
Yeah, it can be of different colors, of course, and the main distinctive feature of this fixture is that it's a separate pixel, so you can place it anywhere where you want it. So it's not a string, it's not a tube, so you can place it without any order, without any pattern. For instance, at the facade, if you need some random pattern, okay. So with the INTI point, we have different mounting options, so it can be recessed, it can be surface mounted. We have different diffuser types, so on the pictures previously you saw just the round version, but we also have, you know, the spike versions and different very strange versions of diffuser. We can do it in order to make strange effects.
Light and effect, yeah.
Yeah. Here we also have different options for cable outlet from the side, from the bottom, and very convenient system of bayonet mounting. Again, because it is mounted in, it can be mounted in absolutely different places. The bayonet system means that you mount first the bayonet on the facade, and then you just click the luminaire at the bayonet. So it is a very easy mounting and fix it easily. So it is easy mounting for the long period of time. Okay, I saw the new question. Will you change? Will you charge for that? We do not charge for the lighting design, actually. We do not charge, no. If we are speaking about the standard set of services, the question is, do we charge for lighting design and conceptual design? If we are speaking about helping our partners with the project, when we do some simple things like concept, like
some simple things. What I say,
no. I mean, of course, it's not simple, but this is, you know, a basic set of our services. When we do the concept, when we do calculations, when we do installation, I mean, installation in the program, when we need to understand the specification of products.
Lighting calculation, we do.
Lighting calculations, of course, when we are trying to help you with the control system, we do not charge anything for this, of course. Sometimes we charge when we meet a very huge project, so with very high demands. For instance, we need to make a very complicated video with using a quadrocopters, etc., etc. Then we will charge, but basically not. I'm sorry for the short answer. Just let us move to the next. We need to finish, so we need to move further.
And here is the application of this luminaire. You can make different content on the facade. The luminaires are installed on the window racks, and so we can, here is starry night, sort of. We can show here anything we want, any light pattern or some flags or something like this, because it's a galaxy center, it's a spot center. So we can
although it looks
yes,
like the resolution of this screen is very small, but unfortunately we do not have video here. Yeah,
from different point of view, from the far point of view, you can see the
content.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking about the last light string, maybe I can call it like this, INTILED. You can see we tested in really harsh conditions, and lighting effect is really good, because it uses multi-chip LEDs. It's
as I told you previously, we use Niche, the multi-chip LEDs from Niche, and here we also have 1 pixel. It is 6 multi-chip Niche LEDs of the last generation. So we have all colors in 1 chip. With the Inti dots, we have also different mounting possibilities. So if you do not need this aluminum profile, we can mount it without it, of course, but the fixture looks more complete. The solution looks more complete when we add the mounting profile, the closed mounting profile. Also, we have here an option, additional diffuser lens. Why do we need it? Of course, without lens, the luminous flux is more. We have more lumens. We have more bright, pixel. But if we need to look at the media facade from a very small angle, the logic as with the flat TVs, flat screens. The good TV with a good screen, you will see the picture even from a very small angle. The same logic is here. If you want to make angle bigger, so the person should see the content on the media facade even from a small angle, then the lens will help you with this task. So it is as an option.
Small angle, it means that you can come close to the building, and when you look at it, you will see the
or maybe you are from the
from the side of
from
the
the side,
building,
yes, of the building, you will see the content.
And here is video. These are luminous without any diffuser, and you can see the content. You can make some sort of fire, flags, stripes, and so on, whatever you want. Even if you can just put the logo of your company on the facade, or whatever you want. I don't know. As per concept. So here is 1 pixel, 1 dot, 1 pixel. So, and it is not using diffused lens, diffuser. They are just direct view. You can see.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next project.
Okay. Okay. It's also video. Sorry. It's another example. It's not common use of, it's not standard use of these luminaires, because they are showing, they do not installed directly on the person. They are not direct view luminous, because they light these parts, these architectural elements. And so, but despite of it, we can see the lighting effect. Here you see they are on special mounting profile near the element, and
yeah, so they are lighting these aluminum elements on the facade.
And also these elements, these INTILEDs are installed in these flowers that are covered with the
polycarbonate,
diffused polycarbonate, and they are really their color is green, but when INTILEDs are working, they can be even red or blue or whatever you want. So the color of polycarbonate doesn't matter. That's what I want to say. So, and finishing up our presentation, we want to introduce to you some fixtures, lighting fixtures that we are now making, that we are
Yes, that we will
preparing.
introduce these fixtures during 2020, so this year.
While we are speaking, let us show you the work of line with the multi-chip LEDs. You can see the height of the wall is almost 5 meters. You can see the perfect color mixing, no effects on the, no unneeded effects on the edges of the lighting spot. So we are, as Elena told earlier, we are intending to make line multi-chip, spot multi-chip, cube multi-chip. We want to make a new line ground that will be more cheaper than it is now.
Cheaper is a bad word. I don't like it. Just the price will be interesting for our partners to work with, because now it's pretty high.
Yeah, and we will also make new slim with new optics, as I said already, and some new models of lace will be introduced to you. I hope some of these fixtures will be in this year.
Yes, of course. No, all of them will be by the end of this year.
Oh.
Yes, so we plan to introduce everything till the end of this year. In addition to what is written on this page, I would like to mention that new models of lace, there will be flexible also, but also we will introduce the rigid versions. That means that these flexible lines, you will be able to recess them in ground also. And plus, as we told previously, we will try to introduce a separate line of products for special indoor lighting, and also we're thinking about landscape lighting. So if we will manage to close, to, how to say, now we have a very big gap in our work because of this quarantine. And of course, many of our workers and engineers, they are totally working from home. And of course, it influences the speed of R&D process. I hope we will be able to speed up later when all the limitations in Russia and in St. Petersburg will be how to say, removed. Yes, I hope we will be able to speed up and to finish everything that we planned. If we will be able, then most likely we will introduce a couple of fixtures for the landscape lighting also.
Yeah.
So these are our plans. Actually, we finished with Uliana. So if you have any questions, you can write it down now. We see the chat, so we will be able to answer you shortly. Or please write us by email in, I don't know, in WhatsApp. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are everywhere.
I think that we will surely download this presentation on our website.
Yeah, upload, we will, of course, we will upload.
It was the question up earlier. Yes. Do you have any questions?
So I think,
no?
Thank you very much for the, no, this, we already answered it.
Okay.
Thank you so much for appreciation.
Thank you.
Hi. Hi. You are welcome.
Thank you.
So please give us feedback whether it is necessary to make this. It is our first webinar in English. So
yes,
it was really challenging for us.
Me, hard.
For everybody, for me also. So please, if you need such type of presentations, give us a feedback. Maybe you need us to speak more about the design part, or concept, more about technical parts, what we use. We are happy to make the similar.
And of course, if there are some questions left, you can just write down them and we will answer shortly.
Yeah. Okay, so I do not see any questions, so let us finish. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You was a pleasant audience. It was a pleasure for us. Thank you.
Yes.